Thanks for your company here on Fox Sports News. Well, the Shannon Briggs stunt has again stole the show ahead of Alex Leapai's world heavyweight title fight. The American boxer this time stormed the pre-fight weigh-in, saying Leapai will be lucky to be alive after tomorrow morning's fight.
Red carpet, flashing lights and plenty of security, but somehow Shannon Briggs managed to gate crash yet again.
Shannon Briggs is here, let the media know.
Shirtless soon after, even with guards watching on. At least this time he was a little more supportive.
Good luck, Alex. Be strong tomorrow, brother.
He has been trying to steal the show, but at least this time he was screaming, "Go Alex, go Alex."
A 112.5 kilogram Leapai, he and Klitschko just 0.3 apart, despite a significant reach advantage for the Ukrainian. Briggs a little less helpful when it comes to a fight plan.
You got to get her inside and bang hard to the body. They all try that. That don't work.
What will work is anybody's guess, according to the man known as the Cannon, although he is certain about one thing.
Man, if he'll be lucky if he makes it out of the first round. If he does, it's because they're holding him up. Leapai, he ain't gonna be alive after tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be. I mean, this guy's not even ready to fight this guy tomorrow night. He looks like he's terrified.
He's strangely calm. He often is in these sort of situations. He's very confident.
Confident of beating an opponent that's holding no fears of defeat.
I will take care of business as I always did. I'm prepared well for Alex Leapai.
But not prepared for retirement should Leapai knock him off his decade-long perch.
I'm not going to lose tomorrow morning. And that's why I'm going to defend my titles as I always did. It's going to be tough and difficult.
Even harder against one fired-up Aussie. In Oberhausen, Chris Ford, Fox Sports News.
Yes, it's certainly been an interesting lead-up for Aussie Alex Leapai. Joining me now to preview the bout is boxing commentator Paul Upham. Good morning, Paul. Good to see you.
Morning, Jessica.
Looking forward to this interesting fight. It's certainly been interesting in the lead-up. Shannon Briggs crashing the party for the second time in a week.
Oh, only in boxing. You know this happens all the time. We do everything we can to promote the fight. Shannon Briggs is over there, former world title holder. He fought Vladimir's older brother Vitaly a couple of years ago and was beaten up badly. I think he wants some money, so he's flown over there, and it's certainly got the media attention. Everyone's talking about the fight, so it's done it's worked its method for the promoters there. So
do you think he's flown himself over to Germany to crash the party, or do you think this is a bit of a setup from the Klitschko camp?
He may have, but the word out of Germany is that maybe Klitschko's promoters actually gave him a ticket and flown him over. I wouldn't put it past him. In boxing, it's all about promotion, you know that.
I do. Now, we've seen the official weigh-in just here. There's obviously a bit of discrepancy between the two, certainly in height. In weight, they're fairly similar. This is actually the heaviest recorded weight for Leapai in his fighting career.
I don't think that's a mistake. I think that's by design. What they're trying to do is they're trying to muscle up. I think they're going to try and work Wladimir over the inside. Some of Alex Leapai's best punches are uppercuts, nice and close to the inside. He wants to be nice and strong on the inside, let those hands go. He's got to throw combination punches. He can't just one jab and a right hand. He's got to throw 4, 5, 6 punch combinations and get those hands moving fast. And if he can land on Klitschko's chin, he can knock Klitschko out. He's got the power, but the question is, can he do it? Because Klitschko loves to use that jab. He just keeps you on the outside of jab. Very hard to get on the inside.
There were some reports that Leapai's had a sore shoulder this week. His camp are playing those down at the moment. Is that a bit of a worry?
They sort of said that he got a sore shoulder from throwing so many right hands in training. So maybe they're trying to play into Vladimir's head. Because, look, the good thing for Alex Leapai is with that Shannon Briggs thing, with the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and his older brother Vitaly is directly involved. There's so many things swirling around in Wladimir Klitschko's life. That's got to be a positive for Alex, because maybe he's not 100% focused on the fight at hand, because you've got to deal with the opponent in front of you in the ring, and Alex Leapai has got the power to knock Klitschko out. There's no doubt about that. Can he land, though?
He is the underdog going into this fight, though. There's no doubt about that. Klitschko hasn't lost a fight in 10 years. Is this a safe fight, do you think?
There's no safe fights in heavyweight boxing. Either guy can knock each other out. Look, this is for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Many years ago, that was the most coveted sports office in the world. We're talking about Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. The greats of boxing have held this title. And if Alex Leapai wins, in my opinion, it's the biggest upset in heavyweight boxing history, even bigger than when James Buster Douglas upset undefeated Iron Mike Tyson in Tokyo in 1990. It would be a huge win for Leapai.
How are Alex Leapai's nerves feeling at the moment? Because I would guess that he'd be pretty nervous. How do you harness that? How do you make that work in your favour in this sort of situation?
I think that's the key point, Jessica. How does he handle the pressure and the event on the night? Because we don't know how he's going to do that, because he's never been in an event this big before. He's never fought anyone like Wladimir Klitschko. In the lead-up, he seems to be very calm, and he understands that, look, he's already had a win. Just to get this fight was a win. He's getting $1.5 million. If he does win against Klitschko, he gets a guaranteed rematch for $6 million. This is serious money. But he's talking about just the achievement, turning his life around. He wanted to prove to his parents and his family. He was incarcerated. He had some problems as a younger guy. And he's certainly turned his life around now. So if he can focus himself in the bright lights on the night and make the most of the opportunity, who knows what can happen.
Absolutely. Klitschko is known to hold on to his opponents, and that's obviously something that they would have studied and be well of to deal with in the fight. That's
right. He uses that jab, and if you do get on the inside, he's like an octopus. He just ties you up. And he's so tall. Until you get near him, look, Alex Leapai is a big guy. And we've seen there, he looks small. I met the Klitschkos a few years ago in New York and spent some time with them. Great guys outside of the ring, great representatives, but the height differential you can see there, I'm 175 centimetres. It make me look like a midget. Trying to punch up, it's the hardest thing is trying to punch up in boxing. And these guys are huge, but they are really good guys in boxing. They're great representatives. Wladimir has been a fantastic undisputed world champion, really good guy outside of the ring. And look, I really think that Wladimir is probably going to win, but Alex has got the chance. And that's all you need in heavyweight boxing, is the chance. He's got that punch. That's all you need. And we don't have to predict this fight. We just sit down and watch it. And main event, 6 a.m. tomorrow, live from Germany, and just enjoy what's going to happen. Because in heavyweight boxing, anything can happen.
You look at the stats, as we've said. Alex is certainly the underdog going into this bout. Klitschko hasn't lost a fight in 10 years. What do all those stats mean when you come to a bout like this? Do they count for anything?
Look, the stats show you that 38 years of age, Wladimir Klitschko has been a very good champion for a long time. He's been everybody. The only guy he never faced was his older brother Vitaly, and they said to promise their mother they would never fight. So there's nobody else out there. Over those 10 years, he's been every possible contender out there, and there's no question mark over his dominance as the undisputed heavyweight champion. It's unfortunate that fighting in Europe and the conflict with sports around the world, boxing probably hasn't got the recognition. He hasn't got the recognition as a true world champion, but he has been one of the greats.
Paul, how do you see this fight playing out? What will we get to?
Look, on paper, I see Klitschko being very cautious. He's not going to take any risk, and that's what his signature has been. And probably Klitschko on points, unless he can pull out that big knockout punch. But in boxing, hey, anything happens. That's why we watch.
Absolutely. And, of course, you can catch all the action from the bout tomorrow morning live on Main Event from 6 a.m. Looking forward to it. Let's hope for that fairy tale story for Alex Leapai. It would be fantastic, as you say, would change history in boxing.
It'd be the beauty of sport, the underdog winning again.
We love it, don't we? Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for joining us.